Hey guys and girls, I hope you're all keeping well. Here we are back again with another pickups. Can't believe another month has flown by. Before we get started, almost forgot to put the bad boy on. I've got the solarium treatment. Probably nicely singeing the back of my neck with all that heat. Just kidding. So yeah, got loads of stuff to go through. Mix of games, mix of toys, mix of gifts as handhelds. And then other system related bits. So that's as we tend to do when we do have gifts, which we're always like majorly grateful for. Yeah, we cover them off first. So a couple of bits to go through. The first one is from the fantastic GSG Mark, who sent quite a few things through. Some of them are already embedded within the collection, and to be a bit more specific, he sent me a lot of NES cases, or the cartridge cases that go within the NES boxes. I was like missing loads. He's been having a refocus on his collection and really veering towards the PlayStation, and I know he's got a little space in his heart for the Switch as well, but a lot of his other stuff he's kind of moved on. So he pinged me a message and said, look, I've got some things, I'll chuck them on to you. So yeah, thanks a million, Mark. So there was a few bits which were doubles, which I'm kind of moving on to people who need them. There's a couple of controllers as well, like a much needed NES one. Mine was just completely knackered. I got like a couple, but one was literally on its last leg, so that's always a nice welcome addition to the collection. And the thing to show, which really bloody grateful for, is Pokemon Yellow, obviously for the OG Game Boy, and it's one I had the red back in the day. I've still got my original Pokemon Red. I picked up Blue. The blue one a few years ago, but yeah, never had the yellow, and it's tasty and legit. So yeah, thanks a million, Mark. Really good of you, mate. Really kind. So yeah, generous, always a generous fella. And then yeah, the other gift was from an equally cool and generous dude, Bill. So Betty Horde Clinic, who I'd seen. He done like a pickups and a bit of an upgrade on his version of the Duel, Golden Axe Duel, and I chucked him a comment and said, look, if you want to move on your old version, i.e. this one, then give me a shout and I'll kind of buy it off you. And so yeah, he had a few bits to sort out, and then lo and behold, I think it was last week or maybe the week before, turned up in the post, and it's like, there you go, mate. Didn't want anything for it, and yeah, absolutely ruddy awesome. I'm not going to hold up the case with the thing, because it's just none of these satin cases. It's just going to come come flying out. So yeah, hi Ed, finally remembered to post this to you. I thought the case was in better condition. Obviously no manual, but the disc does work fine, and the disc is like super spotless. It's for no charge because of the state of the case. I mean, blooming heck, Bill. That's really kind of you. Yeah, keep banging them out, pal. Finish that sentence. Great channel, all the best, Bill. So yeah, thanks a million, mate. And I look forward to giving this one a go. So we got the Duel. I think this is prompted by Steve, Koopa's World, talking about like Nintendo reward points. And for the life of me, even though I go on, and if I get like a as I tend to do, a physical version of the game, put it in, you kind of build up points, and you also get points through even going online every now and again, or downloading like a trial game. And I thought, shit, I've never checked to see what I've got, and had near enough about 1,000 points. I just never redeemed anything, so I've still got quite a few points, but I didn't want to kind of just squander, and as I tend to do, I was kind of burning a hole in my pocket. I better just get something. So I've been a bit wiser, and got some a few hundred points. I got a couple of Metroid Prime, or Metroid Dread, I should say, Metroid Dread pins. So yeah, still got some left over. There's some good stuff on there. I've seen some stationery, some like Zelda notepads, and I think a few other badges. I think there was it for Triangle strategy. There's a few different pins you can get. So I thought that was, yeah, it's quite decent. And then next up, yeah, a few. I'm probably gonna forget which ones came from this place, but the Retrogames-co-uk. I'm probably getting that completely wrong. Where it is, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen and kind of link. But there's a store run by this guy. I think it's been going for quite some time, but like amazing bits on there. In my opinion, you know, very good value, like UK based. He's got like a UK channel, a UK YouTube channel, which and now he's tending to do like weekly videos where he'll put out you know, what he's got in stock, what's come in, so you can kind of scour that and then yeah, have a look at the website off the back. So a lot of my PC Engine games that I got a couple of months back were from him again. You know, good prices on them. So I always have a little scan. I do watch his YouTube videos as well. It's always a giggle. He shows off, as well as showing off what's coming in stock. He also does you know, like gameplay, hardware vids. I mean, there was one on the Vectrex not that long ago, which was really interesting. Always really fascinating guy. Good to hear and listen to his take. But as always, I'm waffling. But what did I buy? So Xenocrisis. See, for the Mega Drive, it's like the Japanese version. I've got like the Retro Trio bit, whatever, that does all regions. I do have it on double dipping. I do have it on the Evercade, on the like a dual pack, which Xenocrisis is one of them. So yeah, it's a cracking game. It might be making it out. It might have appeared also on like Xbox Game Pass. So maybe triple dipping, but yeah, it's just nice quality. So there's that. Always having a hunt around. So I've got the Xbox Series X to see, you know, what backwards compatible games they are, and I think this one's kind of going up. Whenever they kind of say, oh, this one's now going to be backwards compatible, then prices inevitably rise. So I nabbed it through, as you probably see by the sticker, and I need to sort that sticker out the bottom through good old CEX, but yeah, Ridge Racer 6. So yeah, turned up splendid kind of condition, all like complete. The disc is nice, so can't grumble. Maybe it would have been cheaper through the flea bay or through other means. I'm not entirely sure, but it was about 22 quid, 22 quid. So yeah, grab that. Was hunting around my local, local CX, and they had, no, it wasn't CX, it was like Game, and they had this. It was a bit torn, so it was about like a tenner or something, but the Hotline Miami collection, so like 1 and 2. So it's got a fairly significant spinal injury down there, but I do have it, again, double dipping. I do have the digital version, which I had quite a long time ago. So I think it was last summer or maybe the summer before. Remember kind of playing it whilst being on holes, but a really good couple of games. Quite as like a top-down, little kind of scenario base. You have to go into various kind of buildings. You take people out with all the weapons under the sun. But if you kind of time it wrong, and you don't go in with your attack, then they get you, and you kind of got to start again. But it's loads of replay value, and even though you are starting again, it gives you an opportunity to, I guess, kind of refine your strategy, your approach, and nice bosses as well, and some pretty violent title, but a fun one. It's a good game. So that was the first one. Then the other pickups, I played the original, which was fantastic. Linked to I think it was a Studio Ghibli. I think they kind of, I just think they did the animation, or certainly were very, very on board with the game. But this is the sequel. So yeah, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. So look forward to giving that one a go. This one popped up. I can't remember for the life of me who it was. It might have been Dylan or Eddie who popped up with this one, but I ended up getting it through Amazon Japan. But like, yeah, Tiger Heli collection, so a few different flavours of systems. I've got it on pretty sure I've got it on the PC Engine. But yeah, just a nice, again, you can see I haven't too many games, not enough time, therefore it's still sealed at the moment. But really want to get stuck into this. I'm spending a fair bit of time at the moment on shooters, and still dreadful at them, still absolutely pants and crap, but yeah, I still enjoy playing them. So yeah, look forward to that one. These two again, I mean, they're sealed, but legitimately they only came through, it was yesterday, in the post. But the latest two Evercade titles, which I'm now going to struggle not to get any Evercade titles in the future, even if I'm not that, you know, necessarily that keen on some of the games, or you know, some of the collections that they're coming out and saying, yeah, in Television Collection 2. Who knows? Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. I did not enjoy the first one. This one a bit more promising. Morph Cat. So Collection 1. So again, inevitably, you'd expect a Collection 2 will come out at some stage. But some, yeah, random little indie games on here. Micro Mages, Bobble, which seems like a bit of a fishing game. What's that? Super Bat Puncher, or the demo for that. Micro Mages. Some additional levels. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with those. So still loving the Evercade. I play the VS now a lot more than I do the handheld. I'll be honest, since the VS arrived, I don't think the handheld's got much of a look in, to be frank. And I'm not commuting too often at the moment, which again previously, well, that was the reason to get the Evercade handheld, you know, and or the Switch out the door. But yeah, just not happening as much. Now, yeah, let's do a couple more games, and then we'll kind of move to the next section, should we say. So a couple of GameCube games, Soul Calibur 2, get my teeth in, Super Mario Sunshine, and yeah, and as you probably can see behind me, I've got a couple of shelves now, that I think I'm towards the end, or nearing the end, to getting to the GameCube games that I want to get. I'm not a massive, I do like the odd RPG, but not into them so sufficiently that I'd want to go, and even if I had a shitload of money, but if I even had all the money under the sun to go away and you know, get even more RPG to the GameCube, it's probably not what I'm gonna do. So these two are going to go in. I'm likely going to do a video at some point, ideally in the near future, to go through my GameCube collection, and then at the end of it, maybe just pose a bit of an open question to anyone that's watching to say, okay, maybe RPGs to one side, are there any other like really critical games that aren't going to cost, you know, crazy money, that I should have within the GameCube collection? Because right here, right now, I'm feeling, once these two go on the shelf, I manage to squeeze them in, then I'm feeling fairly complete about it, which is good. I've kind of moved away from, he says, you know, looking at the crazy 3DS collection over his shoulder, but trying to get more focused genuinely around buying games that, you know I'm going to play, and not necessarily games I'm going to play in the next week or month, but at some point, and when I've got the time, I'm going to play and I'm going to enjoy, as opposed to, you know, shelf fillers and just picking stuff up, which I think I, you know, like a few people, I think I felt guilty of at the beginning, when I just had a lot of space and yeah, just wanted to get some games. But the GameCube collection, also the Dreamcast collection, I've been quite focused on those two. Again, probably with the Saturn, I'm just looking what's behind me again with the Saturn, but probably more kind of price constraints on that. So there's been a level of pickiness that I've gone for on the Saturn, mainly going for games that, you know, meant to be good games, but also within a reasonable price range. And then aside from the 3DS, Game Boy, I just, as you'll see in a bit, I just dive in, and as long as it's not like crazy money, if there's a loose cart going, and even if it's a game I'm not familiar with, if I haven't got it at the moment, in my forever growing Game Boy collection, I think across the Game Boy, the Colour and the Advance, I've got a few hundred games now, which is a bit mental. But yeah, if I see them, I tend to just, wrongly or rightly, just jump in and get them, and then yeah, hopefully happy to play them. But on occasion, obviously, there's there's some really cruddy games in that catalogue, but it's a bit of a gamble, and it's, but yeah, just a bit of fun, I guess, and it's not doing anyone any harm. They're not, like I say, they're not like silly amounts of money. If I'm going to spend a bit more money on something, I'm going to be make a more of an informed decision and do my cheesy research and probably chat with other people in the community to say, okay, you know, is this any good, or is it a load of crap? And if it's the latter, then stay well away. So before we go on to handhelds, we covered some Switch, but arguably that's a bit of a hybrid, but handhelds, before we get to that, got some toys to go through of varying ages, some of them new, so we'll start with probably the newest one that's been released I bought. So from the Turtles range, I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, but is it Best Axon? BST-AXN? Obviously, yeah, from the Turtles series, that's Casey Jones, one of my, if not probably one of my favourite characters from Turtles, from reading, you know, some of the comics and the graphic novels back in the day. He was a bit of a love interest of April O'Neil. Had a bit of a run in it originally with the Turtles because of his violent ways. He's a bit less forgiving than the Turtles are. That's for sure. But kind of they got a bit more on side with each other. But an absolutely awesome character. And a fantastic toy as well. Obviously, you can swap the face for the mask. You've got his hockey stick. You've got loads of stuff. Really cool to see. Not just like nicely designed and sculpted figures, but those that have a ton of accessories that come with them. So I'm probably at some stage I'm going to pop the lid on this one and and enjoy. So that's number one. Can't remember what June figures, and you can see them just there in front of the GameCube box. Excuse me. What June figures I went through on one of my previous videos, but there's only there's 6 in total, and I'm pretty sure at the time I needed these 3. So you've got one of the Warriors, and I'm just going loose. I'm going even without accessories because it just gets silly money in it. They're just quite, I wouldn't say rare, but there's not that many of them on eBay, and then I think people just think they've got the right, as soon as there's an accessory, to charge in my opinion some fairly crazy money. You've got the leader of the Fremen, so on the Dune planet. It's kind of the native people that live there on Arrakis. So you've got him, and then I think is his nephew or his kind of cousin. But yeah, one of the Harkonnens. Is it rather? So he calls him the monster Rabban. Not a particularly nice individual. Cheeky little smile. It's cheeky evil little smile, but it's got Karate Kid action. So yeah, now got them. A couple of Star Wars figures. I would love to have these original, the vintage ones, but they're just crazy money, which is why I got some reproductions, and they're from Stan Solo, a guy that does some fantastic custom stuff, and his works pretty well for people that. There's some people that are really against retro in the toy community, maybe similar to in the gaming community. People have got their kind of opinions and their preferences, but I think for the people that are kind of partial to a reproduction, and I am, when I know that I just can't afford to or get the original, or equally it just wouldn't probably be the best use of money. So these, a few years ago, you could probably get these for way under 100 quid, but now I'm seeing them on eBay for about 700 quid. So I got a couple of reproductions, C-3PO and R2-D2, but based on their appearances in the Droid cartoons, so the Droid series. But really cool. I genuinely can't remember how much they were. I think it was about maybe 15 to 20 quid each, 15 quid maybe. but you know, a fraction of what it would cost to get, you know, one of the originals, and they're really well done. And you know, over time the stickers as well on the R2D2s just get all worn and the rest of it. So to have one that's quite, you know, fresh looking is cool. And stop biting my fingernails. Get the yeah, little Luke's lightsaber. Kind of gets in there, but yeah, nice little toy. So that's the toys, and then finally we'll kind of rattle through on the handheld stuff now. So no particular order. Just start with the Game Gear. I'm still trying these. By and large, they still seem to be pretty reasonable if I'm out and about or on eBay to go for loose games. So yeah, Tasmania, a bit of Arsemia, Lion King, The Quacking Duck, Donald Duck. More into Star Wars than Star Trek, but we've got Star Trek Next Generation. This might be a god awful game, I'm suspecting it probably is, but yeah, Crash Test Dummies. And then this was through again a guy on eBay that was just selling off loads of manuals. So I just put in just an 11th hour bid, but all really nice condition. Some of the games I don't have, but yeah, pretty awesome. So we've got Mortal Kombat, the fantastic Indiana Jones, Last Crusade, Cool Spot. Might recognise this one, Next Generation, Sonic 1. This is probably going up, yeah, maybe I'm going up a bit in value, this one. Alien Syndrome, Echo the Dolphin, which has a thickness on par with the Bible. Some funky controls, unless it's no, it's not. I was going to say, is it every language under the sun? It doesn't appear to be that way. It's just very extensive instructions. The absurdly difficult Shakan, Micro Machines. I do need to get the cart of this one, so I'm quite chuffed to have the instructions. Probably a better way around to do it. I'm forced to get the game, but yeah, Shinobi 2. We've gone from the thickest manual even to the thinnest manual. Yeah, Donald Duck. Like teeny tiny. So yeah, we've got them. We've got some Game Boy stuff. I'm going to be probably mixing up my flavours. So I think this is the last Crazy Castle I needed. Crazy Castle 4. Bugs Bunny. I thought I had this game. Didn't. Went on CEX. And they've said it's, yeah, I probably should have just got a bloody eBay because it's the most faded. It's like it's been sanded down at the front. The gameplay's fine, but yeah, Double Dragon. But a bit of a shame. But yeah, perhaps I'll just move that one on and then just get a better version. I'm not going to get them out of the box, otherwise it'll double the length of the video. And I'm just noticing this one might be even upside down. But we've got Harmony. Upside down in the box. WWF Superstars. This is a nice one. We're going to open this one. Return of the Joker. Check it out. Just absolutely awesome. So geeky, isn't it? But just like the stickers on the cart. Look at that Joker grin. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to reshuffle. Right, let's get Konami. Batman animated series. Got Batman theme on the go. DuckTales Unos. DuckTales 1, DuckTales 2. And I'm not sure which ones are on here, but yeah, Game Watch Gallery. Is it 2? I think I might have, 3, but didn't have this one. Again, cheap and cheerful. Sometimes as well when they come with a case. For only like a couple of quid or whatever, just jump in and then needs be recycle the case and put it on a better game. They all the same size. And then we've got more manuals, because like Game Boy cardboard and can be a bit of a pricey things on occasion, as you would have seen from previous vids. And in a Mo, I do go in on cardboard, but if I find manuals, Again at a good price. I jump in even if I haven't got the game. So got Tetris Plus. We have this game, DuckTales. The consumer information booklet, which I wonder if that's for the... Looks like a bloody fold out poster. I'm not going to bother doing that. God knows, it's all in French and all the funky languages. Yeah, it may just be a software one as opposed to for the system itself. Who knows? Earthworm Jim, which is kind of cool. This one's probably a bit of a... I'm sure this will come up in a sec because we've got the cart of this. Payback. Cool game. Kid Icarus. The first Crazy Castle, Bugs Bunny, and Kirby's Dream Land. So yeah, most of them in pretty good nick. Some less so, but nothing. Yeah, nothing too crazy. So I'm quite pleased with them. We've got some Game Boy Advance. So if you like Wing Commander, you've got like Wing Commander Prophecy for the GBA. Or Batman related stuff. Is that Batman Begins? It's like the... Yeah, Batman Begins. Tiny fonts. There's Payback. I'm trying to think the best way to describe it. It is a bit like a GTA top-down affair. But yeah, pretty decent game. I'm hoping this is a bit, yeah, as good as the Lilo and Stitch, but who knows? Maybe it won't be. Little Mermaid. And yeah, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And then there's a few more. Getting quite into like the racing games. A lot of good races on the Advance. So picked up, yeah, GT2 with a nice manual. And if I remember, and if I've got enough energy, I'll make sure I've got some like footage around here whenever I'm chatting about these games. Really good shooter, Iridian 3D. Bit of a funky, yeah, case. This was saying it was the same guy. I bought them like separately, without even really realising. So trying to, yeah, hopefully I wasn't stung too much on post. Sometimes they're free post, but yeah, who knows? And then Nightmare Before Christmas on the other side. And yeah, nice kind of run and gun. Had the loose cart of this, but not the full boxed complete game. So yeah, Lilo and Stitch. Like I'm really geeky at the moment. Literally, pretty much for every bit of cardboard. Probably a couple of little exceptions. We might need to buy some more. I've been buying like box protectors, just going a bit crazy on them. We were talking about racing games, aren't we? There's another good one, V-Rally 3. We're banging a bounce around a bit now. I've very recently done a video going through the Game Boy launch titles, and I played all of them apart from this last one for obvious reasons. But yeah, Yakuman, a launch title I should have said in Japan. But yeah, unless you kind of got a good command of kanji, and you like your Japanese games, then could be yeah, could be in a bit of trouble. But needed that one really to like legitimately. So I had these only six or so kind of launch titles. Should we go for next? So this one would be more for Finn, my son, than myself, but we'll see. Madagascar for the DS. So I'm now trying to put this fairly cheap, aren't they? A lot of the DS games, so it's only like a couple of quid. So pick that one up, see how he gets on. He's getting quite into his DS and 3DS, which is pretty awesome. And then we've got 3 games left. So these two are, the first two are Japanese GBA games. I've been holding off getting a loose version of this for some time. I just wanted to get a nice box one, which I kind of have now. It's not like perfect. It's got a few little blemishes, but again with the protector, it probably hides some of that. But yeah, Gunstar Heroes, what an absolutely awesome game. There's a little intro bits and cuts, very small cutscenes in Japanese, but it does not distract from the game. But yeah, just like fantastic. got a complete rock on for yeah, Japanese box arts. That was number 1. This one, yeah, it was a bit of a bugger to get. I thought it'd be quite a popular game or fairly common game to buy, but for whatever reason it wasn't. And in the end, there was a couple that popped up in the UK like for silly money, which I just just disregarded. And then a guy in Italy, he had one there. I just messaged him, had a bit of a chat, and said, "Look, would you be okay to kind of send it over and just basically make sure it's kind of packaged appropriately and the rest of it," which he did. And it is. I'm gonna get it maybe if I can. I'll get it out of the box because it kind of deserves it. Yeah, Sega Rally. It's not a Japanese exclusive or anything. You can get the PAL version, but again, because of the shape of the like the PAL GBA boxes, it's a similar image, but it's just cut quite crudely and just doesn't have the same impact. But yeah, it's bloody gorgeous. Absolutely loving it. It's a cracking game as well. Really, really good. I'm going to zoom in too much because I'll get some footage on the screen. But yeah, absolutely over the moon with that. You got to be fairly selective because yeah, obviously the cardboard ain't cheap. But yeah, this is one I thought, oh, if I'm gonna go for this, and you got to get it just right. I didn't really want to find a mediocre version and then kind of regret it. I might as well, just get a loose one. And then the very final thing, I'm going to do like there's a couple of bits actually linked to it. A new kind of retro place that opened up. It was about 2 months ago, not that far away from me at all, probably about like 10 minute drive. It was Scott from Marathon Gaming, awesome channel. I'll leave his details below. Go and check him out. He started off like a high score challenge. He's done a few weeks of them. He's doing Outrun 2 this week, so I'm trying to get involved in that one. But he spotted it. He did a video on this place, and I thought I'd better go and check it out, which is what I did. But yeah, Miso Retro in good old Essex, like Barleylands. They're on Instagram, Facebook. I think the guy, I was in there for ages. I had a good chat with the guy, and he started off on eBay, as I guess a lot of people do, and it was through COVID, more COVID-y times. So he did, according to him, he did pretty well, and yeah, opened up this place, and it's kind of a bit of a, how to describe it, kind of a bit of a kind of community centre place with loads of a few pop-up shops and doing all sorts. But he's at the moment the first and the only kind of retro place. And I don't say retro gaming alone because he's got this VHS in there. There's like toys, wrestling figures. There's all sorts. Really, really good stuff. So yeah, lovely guy. And I think some of those Game Boy games were from him for sure. I remember Super Ghouls and Ghosts. That's one of the Batmans was. So yeah, I did get a few bits. I had these like Super Pac-Man, like the stickers with the bubblegum, which has probably gone really, really rank. And there was like a contest in the back where you kind of design your old Pac-Man poster. I was trying to find out when it expired. It's something like 15 or 20 years ago, like old, probably rancid bit of gum in there. But yeah, silly stuff like that. I do go for. But yeah, the main event kind of prompted a bit from watching Alex on Nintendo Arcades videos, whereby he picked up, it was about maybe 3 or 4 of these. But this was one that I had back in the. This one back in the day, I had Gold Cliff. It was the 2 I had. And but yeah, wanted to get it back. So your Game & Watch, good old Donkey Kong. But it's like really, yeah. Again, it's not. You'd be a bit of a knob and use like Minty and all that kind of language, because it's not. It's got like creases, and I won't open it now because I'll probably end up tearing it to smithereens. But again, if I remember, I'll do some like footage of what's in the box. But yeah, it's not like perfect, but it's still, bearing in mind the age, still very nice. And again, like the geek I am, I'm straight on eBay to get a box protector. So yeah, I do some footage, but it's just like really so simple, isn't it? The design, but just so like nostalgic, so iconic. And yeah, all working that afternoon. I got it. I was literally buzzing and played it for about an hour and a half. Just absolutely loving it. Bring back so many, so many awesome memories. Yeah, couldn't stop playing it. But really, really cool. So yeah, I'll put some footage in on that. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's probably more than enough. It's kind of been all over my bloody floor, so now I can finally put stuff away. Yeah, probably the recent week or so, I've been buying far less and playing far more. So I think my pickups, I guess you kind of judge me on this in 4 weeks' time, but I think I'll have a fewer amount of things to go through. Trying to really focus on playing games, but like Game Boy. Spending a lot of time on the Game Boy at the moment, a lot of time on the Switch. So you mentioned that Game Boy video before with the launch titles. Just finished one on RoboCop. Amazing game on the Game Boy. It's superb. The music, the playability. It's just some subtle differences from a few of the other systems, but such a solid game. So I've done a video about that. Video of me kind of talking about how my views, how I feel about the RoboCop film and the games. But I want to do that. I want to explore more of the Game Boy games I've got in the collection, and share some of that as well. I've got a good way now of capturing some Game Boy footage, but still using the original games. Not that there's anything genuinely wrong with emulating, but just because I've got the original games, if I can use them and record the footage, then to me it just feels a bit more authentic. So yeah, be doing some of that, and and I'm at this point I'm about halfway through the retro collecting with Retro Ed and friends. So I think all in all, we've had at least 25 to 30 people have put their hands up, got involved, sent me footage, which is like amazing. I thought I'd be lucky to do scrape through one video, to get a handful of people up for it. So the reception has just been superb. Some lovely comments and some good banter, which is what it's all about on the 2 videos I've released. And pretty much again finished editing today on the 3rd one. I managed to cram in a couple of extra people at the 11th hour. So looking forward to uploading that. And that is it. So hope you enjoyed the this month's kind of pickups. If you've got any comments, good, bad, and different, on what I've gathered up, let me know. Hit me in the comments. Look forward to having some good banter on that. If you feel so way inclined, then hit the like button. If it's the kind of stuff that you enjoy, then obviously please subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's free. And that's it. So hope everyone is well. I'll leave you to it, and I'll see you on the next video. All the best. Cheers.